brother. Yeah, I was watching the joint with Brother Garfield, man. They trying to get you to debate him, man.
Yeah,
like, that's gonna be a good one, but you know, it's up to if y'all want to do it, man. Yeah, I feel you, brother.
Does Garfield seem a little thirsty to you?
I feel like he's kind of late. Like, there was a time where everybody was trying to debate, and it was cool at the time. Now, Brother Tazaryach, he's trying to, you know, empower economically and stuff like that. And it's time to move on. I mean, you know, the debate thing is cool like that, but our people are still lost. So.
Maccabeestv, and I'm here with my brother, Captain Tazaryach, the mighty Captain Tazaryach. I say shalom to you, King.
Hey, shalom. I was happy, man.
All praise, man. Good to see you again on Maccabeestv.
Yeah, I ain't been on here in a minute. Probably about it since I did the How to Share Your Man. We was in the park, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
That's definitely been a minute.
Y'all don't like me no more, man.
Nah, we love you, man. We love you. The people want you on here, but it's just that we don't. Sometimes you got a busy schedule, so we're not able to catch up. So let's get right down to business. You have an upcoming lecture that's coming up. So tell the people where the lecture is and what the lecture is about.
Okay, we got a lecture coming up May 28th. That's about 10 days away. It's going to be in Atlanta, 244 Peter Street Southwest at the Teas and Coats restaurant. I believe it's a restaurant. It might not be, but it's a store. It's called Make Atlanta Straight Again. And the reason why we're doing this lecture, I just feel like I just been tasked by the Most High to deal with like child molestation, the homo agenda that's been plaguing black people. And they just came out with this thing. What's that thing the women wear that they got the men wearing now?
The leggings?
Not the leggings, the rumps. Is it called rumps or something?
Yeah, somebody said something to me about it. It starts with an R. I forgot.
Told me she seen Cam Newton with this thing that the women dress where it come up like the hair and it's like an outfit or something like that. And so like the attack, like Ephesians says, we battling against principalities. And the principality that's taken over this place, also Revelations, the 11th chapter, when it says that this place that we would be in would spiritually be called Sodom. You can't get no more Sodomish or Sodomitish than America. And so Atlanta, which was like a black Mecca or black haven for black people, is now the #1 AIDS capital. You know what I mean? Where they got, my brothers was down there doing some interviews, and they saw this. It was at like 2 in the morning. They was at one of the clubs getting like the people's reactions to what was Atlanta like before the homosexual agenda. And when they saw a truck, it was an AIDS truck, an HIV truck, where they doing live testing right there on the fly so that they could test brothers and sisters so they could let them know, man, you walking around with this disease because that's the #1 AIDS capital. So we want to touch that subject, man. We want to, like, we're against homosexuality. Israelites, we're the only ones I know that really stand against homosexuality. If I could, the only brother I know that actually speaks against it, I would give it that respect, is Irritated Genie. Outside of that, I don't know nobody else that's out there speaking against it. You know what I mean? I went to one of these church websites down in Atlanta, and one of the sites popped up that said, "Queer your inbox." That's what it said. Now this is a church. It's a church.
Wow. Same
location where Eddie Long and them can be a homosexual and stuff like that. So we want to go down there to deal with that issue. I'll be dealing with Officer Desire, the brother that's in charge of Atlanta. I'll be down there with him. I'll be going down there I'll be driving next Wednesday. So I'll be down there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So anybody want to link up? I spoke to Prospect. I think they're going to be down there. So anybody want to link up, just hit me up. My number is 646-481-6315, man. We want to get it in. So that's what I got coming up this Sunday. You know, I like to deal with real issues. I don't like to deal with a lot of small-time things. I like to deal with big issues, so that's one of the things we be dealing with. So
let me ask you a question, and this is a rhetorical question because I already know the answer.
Okay.
Does Captain Tazaryach give lectures on anything outside of homosexuality? Because that's what people are saying. It's all you want to talk about is the homos. Do you give lectures, or are you planning on giving? You gave the How to Share Your Man, but outside of that, your lectures have been about homosexuality.
I appreciate it. This will be my 6th lecture. My first lecture was on integration versus segregation. My second lecture was How to Share Your Man. My third lecture was No Homo. My fourth lecture was child molestation. And my last lecture was actually the miseducation of the black woman. So this will be this one, and then the lecture that I have coming up after this is the re-education of the black man. We're looking to do that in Houston. So now, I think the reason why people say is all he could talk about is homosexuality is because not enough people are actually talking about it. So like when I talk about it, it makes it seem like that's all I care about. Is all I care about homosexuality? No. But I do care about my brothers and sisters that's dying from AIDS being #1 of the diseases. Our children getting molested. That child molestation lecture, I had no intention of doing that. You know why I did it? Because Ron Savage and Poppy, 2 victims of Africa Bambaataa, saw the work that I did on No Homo when I first spoke about it. And then they approached me. I interviewed Poppy the day of the Passover last year. The day of the Passover, I interviewed Poppy on that subject. That's how we even got on it. So some of these things are spur of the moment, but I would never not defend a brother. And so for Poppy to reach out to me and want that to be spoken about, why would I say no? Because he's been rejected. Like, victims need to see that somebody actually cares about what's happening to them, whether it's drugs, whether it's abuse, whether it's homosexuality, whether it's molestation. Because if they don't, you know what happens? The predator gets to survive. The predators get to keep on. So if I do 25 more lectures on it, so be it. Or if I don't do no more, so be it. Whatever the beat, whatever's going on, I would deal with the direct issue.
All right. So now, I'm going to ask you something along those same lines, but I'm going to expand the question a little bit, right?
Okay.
Now, you know you have a stalker in the conscious community. You have a stalker. This guy has made about 5 videos over the last month, and all he talk about is you. Now, a statement that he made in his latest video was they're going to start calling out people in the conscious community that's always talking about homosexuality. This from a person that's always talking about another man. But they're going to start calling people out because according to this man, if you speak about homosexuality, speak out against homosexuality, you're suspect.
You know, people who like to talk about homosexuals really are the ones who really got issues, inside issues. That's what we know about Private. He's a whole different stupid type of more. I don't know what the hell he is, because he seems to be a batiologist. I'm going to put a word out there. Anybody like to talk about gay shit is a batiologist. All right? And the reason why is, who made you an expert in who is gay or who is not? And we need to check niggas that come out like that.
If you speak about homosexuality, speak out against homosexuality, you're suspect.
That's part of the problem. Why we even got to speak out against homosexuality? For individuals like that would rather sweep it under the rug and not talk about it at all. And then this is coming from a person that had no problem talking about York. No problem talking about York and the work that he did. So what makes now, because I'm speaking against it, what makes it now become a problem? I would look at him like a faggot. That's how I would look at him. I'm saying that on purpose because that's worse than just saying the word homosexual. And that's how I feel about somebody that, you said he made 5 videos. I ain't even watched the videos. I watched maybe one of them. I don't even watch the videos. I don't pay attention to that brother. I've had no responses to anything that he said. He's an ultimate liar. He said I took him off my Facebook page. You know as well as everybody that close to me know. I ain't been on Facebook in about a month. So why would he think that I would take, like a woman would think like that? Maybe that's why he want to stop us from talking about homosexuality, because a woman would think like that. And in reality, I can't waste my time on situations like that. Like, he called into a debate, and this is where I think jealousy or something, or just attention or something like that. And as black men in this day and age, we got to get past this whole jealousy. I need the limelight, I need the spot, I need the position. I don't need the position. It just so happened that the Most High used me and put me here. Anybody that also knows me know I didn't ask to be in this spot. The Most High can remove me. He can put you in this position. He can put him in that position. He can do whatever he chooses that he wants. So in the middle of my debate, he was so hungry to get that attention that he comes into my debate, asks his dumb question, get an answer to his question, and then from that, he just runs with this campaign. Like, when are we gonna grow up as men? I'm 42 years old. I don't have time for childish antics. And if he wants to debate a Hebrew, I'm not the only Hebrew out there, Danyaahla. There's tons of other Israelite brothers that may want to waste their time. What's the cat name? His name James? What's the cat?
James Cassell. He's been calling him out.
James Cassell. Let me put the name out there. James Cassell has been saying that he wants to debate this cat Garfield for the longest. and Garfield is ducking him. So Garfield, you're looking for an Israelite to debate, you got one waiting for you. You don't have to debate me because you're not on my radar. I don't care about nothing you got to say. I'm not interested in doing anything. Like a lot of people look at it like running. If anybody asks Sinetta, he's the only one that can answer this question. Ask Sinetta, how many debates has he come to me about to do? And ask him if I turned them all down. And he'll tell you, yeah. Now, you ain't got to take my word for it. You can ask him. So this ain't special because it's Garfield. It's just that I don't debate like that. If you come on the corner, that's not a debate to me. You interrupting our workflow. You interrupting our business. But to sit in the room when I got children getting molested, I got our black women getting seduced with this feminist movement, I got our brothers that need to get re-educated. When are we going to now start prioritizing where our focus need to be? If anything, we need to be seeing all this wretchedness that's out here and realize how important it is to serve the Most High right now. How important the Most High is, how most important our King Christ, or Yahweh Shah Mashiach is, and how important brotherhood is. Those three things is the most important things to me right now. Whatever it is he got to say means nothing, but to tell me, or for you to say to me that he gonna create a campaign that anybody speaks against homosexuality suspect, he made himself suspect. Like, how thirsty are you for this attention? I'm not gonna give it to you. I don't care what you do, what you say. He told me he mentioned my last name. He's saying my name. Everybody know it ain't like my name is on my, excuse me, when I had my Facebook page, my name was on my Facebook page. It's not like he found some new wave information, so I just don't know where he goes with it. So for that brother, Lord be with that brother. I hope that brother can go ahead and get whatever fame it is that he's getting. He's just not going to get it from me.
That's real talk. Now, I want to ask you two more quick questions, right? Getting back to the real business at hand, which is the Most High's business, right? I had fuckboy business that's going on in the conscious community. Let's talk doctrine for a second, because the Bible is under attack, right? So let's couple that with the right? What does it say? Make a comparison between our doctrine and what you call the blackity-black doctrine. Make the comparison. Our book speaks against homosexuality. So we're not saying that there's not possibly Israelite females or men. That we're not saying that there may not be Israelites that might be on the down low homosexual. We hope not. But because of our doctrine, which is the Bible, they can't be open about it. Whereas the blackity-black people, because they don't have a doctrine, because their records don't openly condemn homosexuality, when you go to events, you see homosexuality right there in the events. So if I'm a new person coming into consciousness, and I'm saying that I'm not sure whether I want to go the blackity-black way, as you call it, or the Israelite way, I want you to explain the difference between the doctrines and why that's important.
The most important difference, besides the Most High, of course, which is the most important thing, there's a moral compass that guides us. Like these rules that we have, like when someone wants to get their spirituality or on the fence about what they're supposed to do, if you're in the conscious community, what you're really going to get is that person's opinion, what that person feel. They're not going to have no backbone as far as whatever culture they follow, giving you a law, reason why they're doing it. And then you come to the Israelite culture. In the Israelite culture, we got laws that were set up thousands of years ago, not written by you nor me, Danyaahla, nobody. These laws was written by the Most High, carried down from Adam all the way up until now. So when we tell you can't be a homosexual, we can show our guidelines where you can't be that. And then in the Most High's great wisdom, we can say the reason why the Lord don't want us to be homosexual, look at us being number one in Israel. That's a blood disease. You know what I mean? If you take our dietary laws, if you take our brotherhood laws, if you take the way we deal with money, take the way we deal with banking, everything that's in that book is structured in a way for a village to flourish and grow as a nation. And then you can show the history, whereas when we were united as a nation, how we went out and conquered. Whereas you can't show that with other nations. You can show that, you can show the great divides between them, but you can't really show them as a nation. So for me, that moral compass would be the number one reason, outside of also doing this. If I go into Kemet, I'm just adopting a Kemetic culture. If I go into Islam, I'm adopting an Islamic culture. If I go into Christianity, I'm adopting a white man's culture. When we bring people to Israelites, you're not adopting to anything. It's what you were born to be. It's what you were born as. It's what you are. This is your life, your history, your culture, and everything ties to you. So if you're going to be anything, be what God created you. The reason why we destroyed it is because you're trying to be a altered creation. So that would be what I would say in response to me.
All right, cool. Last question, because I know you got your radio show, which you're going to plug that in a second. You're going to plug everything.
Yeah.
You mentioned the word feminism. That's another fight, major fight.
Major fight.
You know what I'm saying? In our community. You know, the divide between the so-called black man and the so-called black woman is as big as the Grand Canyon.
Right.
And part of that, of course, is dealing with feminism. You know, a lot of sisters, they come into the truth and they still adopt that feminist spirit. A lot of sisters that go into that Kemetic thing have that feminist spirit. And then we know that the average Eve has that feminist spirit, a lot of them. So I want you to just briefly explain to us how the feminine spirit is destroying our community, how it's contributing to destroying our community.
That was the major reason why I had the lecture, the miseducation of black women, and a lot of black women didn't understand at first. Like there was a sister, I wish I could remember her name, she actually came to the lecture because she wanted to see if this was the typical bash black women, or was this really about re-educating? And anybody that watched that lecture saw it was about re-educating using the feminist movement, because the feminist movement created a competition only amongst the black man and black woman. It didn't create a competition between the white man and white woman in their household. Maybe in the economic world, but when they came into that house stayed united. And then when we give the history of the feminist movement, when you look at it, the 60s and 70s was a major transformation amongst the people. Whether you had the feminist movement, the civil rights movement, Black Panthers, Muslims, the Vietnam War, the drug epidemic, all of that was like this big atom bomb that took place. And black people didn't recover from that since. So we're going to focus on just the feminist side for a second. The feminist side, where they taught the black woman that she didn't need the black man, prior to that feminist movement and that atom bomb, we was on the verge of being more financially stable and set than the white people that was telling us we had to be feminists. If you do the history of marriages, we were 80% more married. Our kids grew up with their mother and father. Our households was more put together. So when you talk about the feminist movement, you got to say, well, why would the white man teach the black woman the feminist movement? How do you enter a strong man's house unless you first bind up the strong man? What did the serpent do in the garden? He went to the woman first, told her, you will be a god. What they tell a black woman today, you will be a god. And then in turn, instead of empowering her man, she'll go take that god-like status and then destroy her man. So when we're against feminists, there ain't a greater creature. I don't know how many times I can say this, but there ain't a greater creature on the face of the planet than a black woman. It just ain't. It just don't exist. Even on the left, whether it's the left or right-hand side, wars is fought over women. You understand? A woman can change a whole man's countenance if she's on the right-hand side. Now, in order to keep her that way, we got to keep her from the feminist movement. We got to keep her from the white man's devices. And so we have to attack that. And black women need to understand the greatest treasure you can be is a helpmeet to your husband. I don't know a greater job than a woman riding with her man, and then when you look at that man and that woman that's riding with her, and you see what that man's doing, and you see that woman behind him, you look at that like that is the greatest thing. That's what the Most High created. Now, how do we live today? We live the opposite of what the Most High created, because that great divide between us is the white man. The white man and his feminists, his drugs, the way he get us to disrespect the black woman, all of these vices that the white man create, that's what we need to get rid of. So that feminist movement, it's destroyed the black woman. It's actually destroyed the black woman's femininity. Because the ones that pushed it were gay themselves. Angela Davis was a dyke. So of course, if she doing the feminist movement, and then the heavy part about it, not to get too long on it, but the heavy part about it is, the lesbians came into the feminist movement and then said that they were the real feminists. Because then they started saying to the women that wanted to be feminists, you're not really a feminist because you putting a rod inside
Ain't that something?
because you talking to her. I'm the real feminist. You want the proof? That sister from the WNBA, I wish I could remember her name. I brought it out in the lecture. Candace Wiggins, that might be. She left the WNBA because she wanted to be straight and they had an issue with that. Now that's a black woman.
That's crazy.
That wants to be married to a black man. And these women that say, we got next and it's about the new basketball and we want to play ball and be united, they hated her because she wouldn't be a lesbian and she wanted to be with her man. That's how you know the feminist movement is about the destruction of our household. So
that's powerful, Cap. That's powerful. That's powerful. So where you heading now?
oh man, I'm about to head up to my radio show at Linkage Radio. Anybody in the New York area is 101.5. If you're on YouTube, we broadcasted live on my YouTube channel, UPK Harlem, midnight to 2 a.m. I know it's late, but for you brothers, get your permission slips from your wives. No, no, I'm just joking, but it's a hell of a show, man. We get a lot of phone calls. We deal with a lot of different subjects. We do current events. We do scripture breakdowns. We take phone calls. It's a hell of a show, man. You can get it. If you got any questions on the show, you can hit us up, 914-202-4934. We take all questions that you may have. If you want to listen through your phone, it's 712-432-6858. And we do it. This will be our third year we on this show. Me and Captain Tazaryach rocking that joint out, man. So that's where I'm heading to as soon as I get finished with this interview.
That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you go. I would be remiss with letting you go without talking about what you got on your head, brother. On your forehead. That is fire.
Listen, man, Officer Karab in the Israelite School of UPK, he designed all this, man.
Yeah,
like this piece here comes off. I call it the baby door knocker. Door knocker, I gotta credit Red Pill for that because he's the one said door knocker. But I usually have my big door knocker on, so he put it with the piece here. So it's like the little mini door knocker, man. So Karab, that brother makes some bad.
Yeah, I've seen a few people with some bad headpieces.
Yeah, Captain Ayataki makes some bad headpieces, man. Y'all want to, man, hit me up, 646-481-6315. If y'all want some headpieces, we'll get them made for you, man. Just hit us up.
Hey, we ain't done. What about that shirt?
Oh, this is
y'all see that, family? America was never great.
And we got the lynching right there. You know, we sell T-shirts and stuff too. So anybody want to hit us up with the T-shirt, again, 646-481-6315. And of course, we did this to counteract Trump saying "Make America Great." But I'm gonna tell you something. Like sidebar, Trump is making America great for the white man, and black man, black woman. These frivolous little debates and stuff like that, if it ain't against the Christian church, don't debate it. This is my decree. I ain't in charge of nobody. I'm not. But if I could give a decree to all of Israel, these frivolous debates that they're trying to do to take us off the mark, we should shut it down. Unless it's against some Christian church, because that's the #1 enemy to black people. Them blackity black cats, they're not the #1 enemy. They just drug addicts somewhere. Christian church is the #1 enemy. That Muslim mosque is the #2 enemy. The blackity blacks come further down the road, and really they're just in the way. And we're the lightning rod. Remember what I just said. Israelites are the goddamn lightning rod to everything. On the left hand and the right hand. Be in control of your destiny. And don't feed into frivolous debates. I can't make y'all do it. I can't give you no order. But as a brother, that's my advice. Don't feed in to frivolous debates. If you're going to do something, make it be something that builds this nation, because ain't nobody doing nothing to build this nation but us. Remember that.
All right, straight from the mouth of Captain Tazaryach, Yahwadah of the mighty ISUPK.
Damn right.
You know, the water for coming on Maccabeestv TV.
Appreciate it.
So I guess this means I'll be interviewing you again next year, because what are you doing here?
Nah, we're gonna do it quicker. I'm gonna be in Houston, I think in August, for the lecture on re-educating the black man. So of course we're gonna interview again.
There you go. All right, family, shalom. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Sure. Definitely, brother. I'm always down with, Brother Al. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Brother Al. Yeah. That's my peoples and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll give you the numbers. Let me know when you're ready.
Sure.
We're gonna have a cookout in Harlem August 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, 646-481-6315. 6315. If you shoot me a text and your name, I'll store it.
All right,
and I'll
brother.
keep you updated with what we're doing, all right?
Definitely, brother. Yeah, I was watching the joint with Brother Garfield, man. They trying to get you to debate him, man.
Yeah,
Like, that's gonna be a good one, but you know, it's up to
I'm
if
not
y'all
gonna
want to
do
do
it.
it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel you, brother.
Does Garfield seem a little thirsty to you?
I feel like he's kind of late. Like, there was a time where everybody was trying to debate, and it was cool at the time. Now,
Right.
Brother Tazaryach, he's trying to, you know, empower economically and stuff like that. And it's time to move on. I mean, you know, the debate thing is cool like that, but our people are still lost. So,
Thank you.
you know,
That's why you won't see me do the debate.
And this is somebody that just walked up randomly and could see, and could clearly see.
He just walked up and he
Yeah.
made that statement.
I mean, it's cool, it's entertaining and everything, you know, to see two brothers, you know, go at it with the information, and the people needed and stuff. But at the end of the day, what's being done is the real question. And I see you doing a lot of work, brother. You're working in everybody, you know, in different, you know, groups and stuff like that. But let me catch my bus.
No sweat, man.
I wish I could talk some more.
Yeah, no sweat.
Peace to you, King. All right, take care, man. See
That's
that?
why I don't do no goddamn debates. That brother who I don't know from a can of paint, but recognizes the plight of black people and said there was a time, like the scriptures say, there's a time for everything. So I'd like to thank Silent and Polite for opening up and giving me the opportunity to go in that room and crush them in a debate.
That's right.
Bring the truth to a lot of people that didn't get it. I give y'all props for that. But from here, I just have to do something different. That's where I'm at. So unless it's like a pastor, like I debated that pastor, because that's Christianity. If it's something like that, I'm all for it. But frivolous enough, you're not gonna get me. I don't care what you do.
Boom. Shalom.